Well, I want to take you to some more updates across the corporate world. The National Bank of Kenya has posted a 177 million in after-tax profits for the year ending December 31st, 2020. This represents a 167% growth from the previous year, driven by an increase in loan volumes and lower operating costs, even as the bank battled the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The bank's corporate and retail franchises remained resilient in the subdued economy, with reduced activity across sectors during the period. NBK rolled out a raft of interventions to cushion customers from the effects of the pandemic for continuity of their businesses and a reprieve from the financial strain. Well, dairy farmers in the country have all reason to smile as the government unveiled sweeping regulations meant to streamline the sector while protecting both all players in the dairy industry, with dairy farmers and consumers being at the forefront. KTN's Philip Keitani has more.
Today marks a milestone in the regulation of the dairy industry in Kenya. Concerns over the low and fluctuating producer prices have made investment in the sector to be unprofitable, unsustainable, and uncompetitive. The regulation will ensure a guaranteed minimum price on milk sales, which will ensure that farmers' investment in the dairy sector will give favorable returns throughout the year.
The dairy sector is growing and at an estimated 5% per annum, that is in production. However, it is not matching with the demand of milk and milk products in the country.
According to the CS, going forward, the Ministry of Agriculture through the Kenya Dairy Board will conduct frequent studies and consultations on the cost of milk production in order to inform biannual milk pricing reviews, while producer groups and other dairy entities are expected to disclose their monthly payout prices and deduction to help determine farm gate prices.
In February 2020, the government gave a directive on a minimum farm gate price, and I want to take this opportunity to commend the processors for implementing the directive to the letter, even though there was no law that backed it. So we want to thank all the players for implementing, and they did. Now the prices have improved even much further. What we set is the minimum. What we set, so that because the sector is liberalized, farmers and other players should be able to agree on pricing.
The new regulations also seek to protect local producers from unfair trade practices or competitions and dumping, while supporting government efforts to guarantee food security and self-sufficiency in the country.
Dairy farmers and producer groups have in the past entered into weak and inadequate contract with buyers. The dairy regulations will therefore give minimum requirements for contracts and further ensure that the terms of the contract entered between the parties are strictly adhered to enable proper planning. Key elements of the contract will be agreed on between the parties.
The new regulation also aims at enhancing compliance to safety standards, promoting self-regulation through the adoption of global best practices, a mechanism for Kenya Dairy Board to oversight the dairy industry. These regulations will provide a mechanism for the sale of milk to your immediate neighbors. However, the milk must meet relevant standards for raw milk, and that milk should not be resold, as that will be regarded as hawking. Philip Keitang, KTN News.
Many thanks, Philip, for that report. According to the Food and Agriculture